Hey guys, I think I've unlocked the new dividend paying stock that's going to help us fight the dragon, help us slay the dragon. And I just discovered this company by looking at my map. It's actually only a $300 billion market cap company, right? I discovered this company just now. They've also roamed this earth for like the past 30 years. They've been around since 1995, at least IPO'd in 1995. So that is pretty crazy. This video will be about why ASML could be a great investment, especially for the next generation. All right, guys, so what does ASML do? So imagine you're trying to build the most advanced computer chip, like the ones that power your smartphone or all the incredible advancements we're seeing with artificial intelligence models, everything that we're seeing with self-driving cars. Now, in order to do that, you need a very super precise printing machine that can help etch the tiniest of designs onto those silicon wafers. Now, in order to do this, this is actually way smaller than the width of human hair. Think about how small that really is. This is where ASML comes in. ASML is a powerhouse in the semiconductor world. Here's why it's on my radar, and if you're thinking about the future of tech and investment, it might be one to keep in your radar as well. So one big advantage that ASML has is it's basically a monopoly. They're really the only game in town when it comes to a company that's capable of building extreme ultraviolet or EUVs lithography machines that are used to create the most advanced chips. This isn't just a cool title, it's a massive moat that ASML has around their business. Think of it like this: if other companies can't get their hands on ASML's machines, they literally cannot make the chips that run everything from AI to your iPhone, to your air fryer. Man, we can't have that happening. That's why ASML is so important to the world. ASML holds the keys to progress in tech. I want to emphasize that they have a monopoly on this precision. ASML's EUV technology is crucial for the next generation of chips that are going to be coming out, and without it, we're not going to see those insane power plays that we're seeing in modern GPUs like NVIDIA's Blackwell. To talk to you guys about how important ASML is, NVIDIA's Blackwell GPU, that has 2.8 billion transistors, and each one of those is 25,000 times smaller than a human hair. It's the EUV tech that makes this possible, that ASML provides. So if you want the future of AI, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, self-driving cars, or anything else cutting edge tech that we have now or is going to progress in the future, that's why we need ASML. ASML is also all about the long-term play. These ASML machines aren't like building a smartphone. It's not a very small investment. It's not super fast. This is a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar endeavor. It could take as much as 18 months just to build one of these machines, and it could cost close to $1 billion just to create it. But the payoff is huge. These machines are just so essential. Factories called fabs that use them can last decades. And here's another kicker, guys. ASML isn't just selling the machines. They're also making money on the maintenance and services too. They have customers like Intel, Taiwan Semiconductor, and Samsung locked in for the long haul. Now, we talked about EUVs, but they also dominate the older DUV. This is the deep ultraviolet tech. So they hold about 90% of that market share in DUVs. And why are they able to do this? It's because their laser technology is just so much better than competitors. The result allows ASML to be unbeatable in this space. When it comes to the precision needed to create next-gen chips, ASML is the big winner. You're not going to be cutting corners when you're creating semiconductors and all this next-gen technology. Now, there's also a lot of upside with artificial intelligence and electric vehicles in the future. The demand for chips isn't slowing down. In fact, it's actually exploding.
I just exploded.
With the rise of AI, we're able to talk about chips that need crazy amounts of power in the future to run. The EV market alone is set to double in the next 5 years. Now, if you're betting on artificial intelligence growth, ASML is right at the center of it all. It supplies the machines that are able to make these powerful chips. It's estimated by 2030, ASML could be pulling in 40 to 60 billion in revenues if AI continues this rapid, hot surge that they've been having. And they're also playing the long game with research and development. ASML is not just sitting here on the sideline counting their chickens. They're already planning a 40% increase in capital spending to meet future demands. The tech is only getting more and more advanced, which means more revenue growth for ASML as companies continue to scramble to make chips that power AI, robotics, and so much more. Now, I talked to you guys about how this is not a new company. Yes, as much as I like to say I discovered this company, you could probably call me a Christopher Columbus for discovering something that's already existed for quite some time here. So this company, since it's IPO'd in 1995, is up 10,000%, actually almost up 11,000%. They've also been paying dividends since 2007. They've never missed a single payment in that 18 years time span. Now, of course, the dividend yield is super low, less than 1%, but when you buy a company like this, you are not buying it for the dividend. There's so many other more important factors to consider than just how much a company pays out in dividends. In the last 5 years alone, this company has returned 207%. 10-year horizon, they've returned 603%. Just looking at their financials, this company is rapidly exploding from what they were 10 years ago, just $6.8 billion. Now all the way, their trailing 12 months is $30 billion. It's estimated they could reach that 40 to 60 billion revenue scenario by the end of this decade, which is just incredible. It's a company that's firing on all cylinders here. But now, in the last year, they're down nearly 28%. So what's going on with this company? Let's be real, anything that basically has to do with AI, they definitely have had a lot of inflows of cash. At this point, a lot of the hype is actually overdrawn how much actual product there is at this time. So definitely a lot of hype into these AI stocks. ASML is definitely not excluded from that list. So in the last year, they are down 27%, 28%. And there's going to be a lot of risk with stocks like this. We're betting that AI does become this superpower that we're all expecting it to be. It'll answer all of life's problems. So it's definitely a big target for ASML AI to be able to fit those goals that we're already putting all this pressure on it to do so. But there's also geopolitical risks that are currently happening right now, right? There's a lot of tensions, especially with China, with Canada, Mexico, tariffs. Oh, by the way, guys, ASML is not a US company. This is one of the few times that you'll ever hear me talk about a non-US company that is an economic powerhouse. ASML is actually based in the Netherlands, so it is a Dutch company. This is one of the best European companies I've ever seen. So there could be tariffs, supply chain hiccups, and that could potentially impact ASML. However, in 2024, they did have record-breaking profits. So despite all these risks, they're handling it quite well. And let's also not forget, even if a country like China tries to develop its own tech, they're light years behind ASML's innovation. Or you might be asking, what about if other companies just spend billions of dollars on R&D and make their own machines? Couldn't they just switch over? Well, remember, in addition to having to pay all those billions of dollars to be able to replicate something that even comes close to ASML, they also would have enormous switching costs since they've already spent billions of dollars on fabs, on factories that are built for ASML-specific machines. Switching those out would be a lot of money. And remember, guys, ASML also makes billions of dollars doing maintenance on their machines for their customers. As chips continue to be more advanced, there needs to be more densely packaged designs. AI needs a lot of computing power to be able to run. The better and cheaper that AI gets, this actually means there's going to be even more demand for AI. If you are a younger investor or somebody that's looking to get into the world of technology stocks, specifically artificial intelligence, ASML is definitely a gatekeeper to the future of computing. They have a very unique position in a growing industry. They truly have a monopoly right now, and the demand for artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, and next-gen computing is continuing to explode, and hopefully it meets the expectations that everybody thinks it will one day. If it does, they stand to benefit big time. Like we talked about, this is a company that has a growing track record of revenues, paying dividends, and a strong market share that make it a pretty solid long-term investment. All right, guys, I think I've shared enough knowledge that will allow us to slay the dragon. I think I've given you guys enough of that map Hopefully you guys have some potion and spells that will allow you to slay this dragon. If not, you could always visit the local Discord in the link below, talk to some other dividend investors on your journey. Thank you to all the Patreons that make this possible. If you want to see my full $230,000 plus portfolio, be sure to check out the Patreon in the link below. It really helps out a small-time YouTuber like me.
Cash flow, baby. Just cash flow. Collecting money. Cha-ching, cha-ching.